Hi, everybody. This is an article about Orrin and Orson West, the two missing Cal City boys that went missing in December, um, early December, I believe in 2020. I could be mistaken on that, but they went missing early last year. Um, and this is a really big update. It has to do with the biological father. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead on and read the article, then I'll let you listen to the news clip. But I haven't heard any recent updates from the content creators on YouTube. So this is something that they may be interested in going over. So I'd like my subs to go ahead and share this particular video for me so the information can circulate on YouTube and get out to the content creators that are um, covering this case. Like I said, it's a critical update. So I'll go ahead and read the article. It says, father of Cal City missing boys file lawsuit against Kern County, state of California. This overall lawsuit is about a long-term injustice that has happened to the Pettis family. It's really just been a series of disastrous events that have occurred, Antonio Castillo, chief trial counsel of Dre APC said. In September, Charles Pettis, the biological father of Orrin and Orson West, and Brenda Pettis, Charles's grandmother, filed a lawsuit against Kern County and the state of California. The suit alleges Child Protective Services negligently and wrongfully placed Orrin and Orson with people outside of friends and family, which ended up being Trezell and Jacqueline West. When it came time for the Wests to try to adopt the children, the Pettis family was not given a chance to take the kids back. Antonio Castillo, tribe counsel Dre, APC said the biological grandparents were not given the chance to take the kids back. Castillo, legal representative of the Pettis, says there were some initial allegations of abuse to Orrin and Orson in 2018 when CPS took the boys from the family, but he says these allegations did not involve the parents. During the dates of the supposed abuse, the parents weren't even present, Castillo said. So this is when the kids were visiting other family members. How and why CPS would decide to take the kids out of the custody of their biological parents based off of that is a bit of a question mark. He says after the boys were taken out of the family's custody, Brenda Pettis contacted CPS multiple times, letting them know she would be more than happy to take the boys. Castillo says CPS ignored her request. What better place to put them than with their own biological grandparents, or a second best alternative, a family friend who was willing to take them on, and somebody who was both familiar with the boys and the boys were familiar with them, as opposed to putting them into a constrained foster care system. Home, excuse me, Richie said Tuesday at the Visual in California City, recognizing the 1 year anniversary since the boys were reported missing by Trezell and Jacqueline. Rosanna Willis, Rosanna Wills, cousin of Charles, spoke about the lawsuit. It is what it is, Wills said. That's the next step that we have to take as a family because we know it's a lot. Last month, investigators brought the boy's father in for a DNA test. Their father, Charles, is early in November was brought in by one of the agencies. We do not know if it was just one of multiple or to essentially have blood drawn so that they could do DNA matching to remains that either have been found or may be found, Castillo said. So apparently, something major is going on in this case of the missing Cal City boys. So either they have found remains or they are going to find them, is what they're saying. So they brought the father in to do a DNA matching test to the remains that are either have been found or may be found. Wow. The father, the family, and the attorneys have not been told the result of the DNA test of the remains. So actually, they have found remains of some children, apparently. And so they're testing the father for DNA to see if it matches the remains that they have found. The lawsuit is for financial compensation. The amount will be decided upon by Kern County jury. The law firm says the reason this lawsuit is being filed, though it though is for justice and to make sure CPS does not wrongfully take children away from another family. The lawsuit was filed against Kern County and the state in September. It's now in the process of being served. Once the suit is officially served, Kern County will have 30 days to respond. It may not be served until after the first of the new year. So we already into going into the second week of the new year. So the lawsuit has been served. Now I'm gonna go ahead on and let you guys listen to the news clip. Here we go. And I know we're gonna have to see an ad first. That's always the case.
This comes just after the 1 year anniversary of their disappearance. Eyewitness News reporter David Kaplan spoke with the attorneys representing the father and tells us more about the lawsuit. Steve, Aaron, the lawsuit was filed against Kern County and the state in September. It's now in the process of being served. Once the suit is officially served, Kern County will have 30 days to respond. It may not be served until after the first of the new year.
This overall lawsuit is about a long-term injustice that has happened to the Pettis family. It's really just been a series of disastrous events that have occurred. In September, Charles Pettis, the biological father of Orrin and Orson West, and Brenda Pettis, Charles's mother, filed a lawsuit against Kern County and the state of California. The suit alleges Child Protective Services negligently and wrongfully placed Orrin and Orson with people outside of friends and family, which ended up being Trezell and Jacqueline West. When it came time for the West to try to adopt the children, the Pettis family was not given a chance to take the kids back. The biological grandparents were not given a chance to take the kids back. Antonio Castillo, legal representative for the Pettises, says there were some initial allegations of abuse to Orrin and Orson in 2018 when CPS took the boys from the family, but he says these allegations did not involve their parents. During the dates of the supposed abuse, the parents weren't even present. So this is when the kids were visiting other family members. He says after the boys were taken out of the family's custody, Brenda Pettis contacted CPS multiple times, letting them know she would be more than happy to take the boys. Castillo says CPS ignored her request. What better place to put them than with their own biological grandparents, or a second best alternative, a family friend who was willing to take them on, and somebody who was both familiar with the boys and the boys were familiar with them, as opposed to putting them into, a constrained foster care home. Last month, investigators brought the boy's father in for a DNA test. Their father, Charles, in early November, was brought in by one of the agencies, and we don't know if it essentially have blood draws so that they could do DNA matching to remains that have either have been found or may be found.
The father, the family, and the attorneys have not been told the result of the DNA test of the remains. The lawsuit is for financial compensation. That amount will be decided upon by a Kern County jury. The law firm says the reason this lawsuit is being filed, though, is for justice and to make sure CPS does not wrongfully take children away from another family. In Studio B, David Kaplan, Eyewitness News.
Well, a new year means new law.
This is a really, really horrible situation where you have CPS going in to a family's home based on allegations of abuse, not due to the parents, due to other family members, and removing these children out of the home. That's I've never heard of that before. And it seems like they didn't follow protocol as far as them seeking to place the children with a family member instead of directly placing the children in foster care, which ultimately led up to them being adopted by Jacqueline and Trezell West. And we know the outcome of this situation. Um, this is so sad. But I find that CPS makes a lot of mistakes when it comes to removing these children out of the homes. You know, um, we can go back case after case and see where they have had really, really devastating outcomes after they have taken children out of their natural homes and placed them with other people. Um, that is something that needs to be addressed. It is a serious situation and it needs to be rectified um, immediately because when CPS comes in, excuse me, guys, I have a little cold. When CPS comes in, CPS to protect the children that they take out of the homes, which were alleged abuse taking place in. So, and then when you have CPS taking these kids out of a home and placing them in foster care, and then bad things happen to these children, uh, be it abuse from the foster parents or other family members within that household, foster kids, or even death. And in this case, we have two children who were reported missing by their foster parents. It is over a year and these kids have not been found yet. Nobody has been charged with any particular crime in this case, which I think is just utterly ridiculous because, you know, the time frame for the window in looking at if these kids are still alive are very, very slim. You know, that happens within the first few days. With adults, just think about with small kids. I don't even know the time frame with small kids such as these. But yeah. So I absolutely agree with them filing that lawsuit. Um and I continue to hold out hope that these children are still alive and well somewhere, but my logic and my sense tells me other. Um, but like I said, I am going to keep the hope alive. This video, guys, because I haven't heard any updates from other content creators covering this story, I'd like you guys to please share this particular video so it can circulate through YouTube and that they may come across it, excuse me. Thank you guys for listening, and at the end of this video, I'll post a link, a picture where Anybody with information, any leads to this case, be it old or new, can go to a website and re-upload your information specifically on this website so that the Bakersfield Police Department can take a look at all of the leads again. That's what they're looking into doing now. So again, I say thank you guys for watching and please get the word out.